Let's get it in, shall we? Boom, baby, boom. Get that sunshine. Rise. We gotta rise first. We gotta get up to the light. Gotta get out into it. Even if it's a cloudy day. Fucking weather's been crazy. But I've been genius enough to get off my ass and go for a walk. I had so much on my mind. I won't dialogue on it. But I will say that the choice of it, you know, if you were sick, which I've been sick these last couple of days, I had to drink Theraflu before, and it's a medicine that I needed to take to get the congestion out of my chest. And the medicine that I take to get the congestion out of my mind is a walk. It started to overwhelm me in a real way, where I was like, that's what I need to do. I need to concentrate on this one area where I've been wasting, and that ideas that didn't make no money don't get the deserve time to be entertained. And I didn't want to be that type of person where it was like, if it doesn't make dollars, then it doesn't make sense. Because, ideas are worth millions to me. You're spitting diamonds, and with enough money and enough time and enough love, much like any other seed, it will grow. And the tough part is, it's like a lot of people won't even plant a seed unless they know that it's feminized and it's there's so many preoccupations on growth that some of these ideas get killed because they don't have any income in them. And I'm of the belief that, well, as long as work's getting done, something's happening. So, I mean, even the one guy was like, give me your bad ideas first, If everyone is trying so desperately to run their brain for the good ideas, they might not even work an idea till it's like perfect. They're perfect in their mind, or makes a fuck ton of money, and it's, requires little to no effort to do. A lot of opportunity is under hard work. One of my favorite quotes in Mark Twain, which is a pseudonym for another name, but I forget what's Mark Twain's actual name. That'd be a really good factoid to know. But that kind of behavior where we're like, I'm not going to put any energy into it unless it makes money. And I'm of the belief, let's put some energy into it till it makes money. Now, hear me out. That's not exactly like I'm this rich guru. I'm not even popular. I'm not even an influencer. Nobody even watches my show. So when I die, people will hear this. But I thought it was important, especially as an entrepreneur, to be like, boom, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm already going for my afternoon walk. I have to get what just happened to me, or how much information I am processing, to process through me. And that's one of those things that I don't think we do very well, is digest information on our phones. We wake up, there's data, bam, a lot of data, and our brains can only process so much. Or I got you. And I don't want don't mind me, I'm taking notes. You to talk, I'm just taking notes. I'm documenting what they're saying so I can retain it better. One of the guys was easy as fuck to take the notes for. The other guy was like Japanesey. I don't know. It's just hard to understand. So taking the walk so I can understand is something I've heard billionaires do. Bill Gates, your boy on the fucking Benjamins. He used to go out for walks too. Great thinkers, philosophers of life. I don't want to even have to say the word stoics are walking. And I just know that it was a lot for me to digest. So instead of hopping into the next stimulus, instead of being so busy that I can't understand what's happening, I process a little bit slower. I can be somebody that cognates a little bit better and not go through people because my anxiety's out of the roof, or I'm not understanding something properly. To slow myself down, get a little more Zen, a little more Buddhist, a little more in control, and say, okay, I am stressed, I am overwhelmed, this is a lot of data, and say, it's perfect time for a walk. Take my mind for a walk. I don't know if I put that in the thing, but time to take my mind for a walk, And I hope you do too. that you can always just grab yourself. Exercise is the antidepressant medicine, like we were talking about earlier today. You know, when you're taking antidepressants and stuff, it's the way that it works. So for me, I make sure that I am, it's also comprehension. It's not just that I grab the data, but my retention is usually in the notes. The comprehension is usually in the thinking, but the digestion, that's really part that I concentrate on. Is like, did I just garble all that food down, or did I enjoy each bite of the meal? That's how I feel about the data. That's how I feel about life. Like, am I just going to be inside, or am I going to watch the sun go by? Well, weather permitting, minus my cold, I'm going to get out there in it. I'm going to be free to walk about the country and get my legs moving, my heart rate going, and earn my appetite and earn my health and get that clarity that I'm seeking, that Zen Buddhist, the Kwan, man. And then you're not too much in the future, you're not too much in the past. You get to enjoy the now. And that's what's important to me, enjoying the now and being present and just going, oh shit. The other thing would have consumed me. It probably triggered a lot of my addictions too. If I notice, if I'm to calm myself down, the next thing I'm going to do is grab a meal, sedate myself a little bit with food. I love to do that, calm myself down, probably smoke the weed that's in my pocket and try to get that calm back so my mind doesn't start running like your favorite slot machine. My thing is that I was like, okay, what if I don't go into the cycle of things? What if I take my mind for a walk and I let it sort itself out? I let my mind figure it out. And then even if it doesn't sink in, I kind of know the roundabout notes. Yeah, I know what I need to do to get my task done. And instead of tripping about it, they came and got all the trash, bro. I should have came here and grabbed that fucking, man, that was 2-3 days ago. They had a nice little chair, but I didn't take action. See, there it is, So what we're talking about. We're talking about taking action and actually doing something with our lives instead of watching it go by or watching other people live their lives through social media. The best part of the game is to live a life that can't even catch up to social media, and to have things in your life that can't be purchased, and doing things on such a level that it shines. So this is one of those, man. And I feel it in my bones, Jones. I know I ain't rich, and I know I ain't fucking made all the money, and everybody else is flossing, and even the dolls are down and out. The poor Barbie dolls have not made it down the street. But when we're not making it in life, right? When it seems to all go wrong, we might as well do something right to ourselves and kind of level up. That's all I'm just saying, giving ourselves an opportunity to catch up to things. I think it's the most important thing I've done is I'm going to make a shirt that says breathe over anxiety. That's just straight up shirt. And it's my alleviator for all the drugs that I've done, anything that I've tried to escape or quiet my mind or quiet my heart or try to soothe the anxiety, if you will. Breathing lets me know I'm like already in control. And that's helped tremendously. It just does. It's just something that's natural and free, and it doesn't require a purchase or a drug or in anything, to just say that I'm a living being, that I'm alive. The guy was spitting some knowledge the other day. He was saying that if I gave you $10 million today, fuck it, more than $1 million, I'll give you $10 million today, but you don't get to wake up tomorrow morning, would you take the money? He's like, oh, hell no. Then why aren't you waking up every day like it's a $10 million day? And everybody was like, whoa, but it's so true. We don't appreciate the day. We don't appreciate the moments, but that's the only thing we're in control of. That's the only thing we have ownership of. Everything else is fucking borrowed. Even kind of time's a little borrowed. The future time, it's borrowed, bro. You owe it. And nothing's owed to you. And that's what's such a trip. I mean, people are feeling fucking pretty entitled, and that they could kind of shape their lives like they're picking from a menu at a drive-through. This is not the way that things are intended. It's like you got to put intentions into what you intend. You got to put some effort into what you're growing. You're gonna have to set up something to reap the benefits. And that's just it. It comes back to you reap what you sow. You know, a lot of people don't sow shit and they just want to reap. And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions of things, that we see people and we're like, look how much they're reaping. They're not really doing much. And you're like, yeah, but how much prep work went into it? You know what I'm saying? You're going to look at 40 years of hard work and call you an overnight success, is what my mentor told me. And he's absolutely right. People only perceive what they want to see, and you do it to yourself too. So if you're going to trick yourself, why not trick yourself into action? This is the morning motivation, right? So, I mean, really and truthfully, trick yourself into doing that thing that kind of scared you. You know, there was a lot of conversations in the videos I was watching about fear, like old Mac Miller, rest in peace to his soul, great musician, about fear and how he uses it as a tool to get him to do the things that he wants to do or needs to do. And that's the thing that you got to ask yourself, is like, do you want to have action or regret? Regret is the opposite of action. If you literally the cure for depression. You're thirsty, water. Literally the cure. Life hacks, if you will, like the things that get us through. And what was the last one I was talking about? The neighbor kind of distracted me. It was do something that scares you a little bit. You know, talking to a girl in real life, right? Actually putting effort behind the thought and the dreams. That's what we talked about today. It's more than just ideas. It's the working the ideas. I tell people all is. It's the working the ideas. I tell people all the time, I love ideas. Oh no, I like ideas. I love people who work. It must be too fire right now. It doesn't want to connect, but what do you want to? That's what we got to ask ourselves. Is it must be too fire right now. It doesn't want to connect, but what do you want to? That's what we got to ask ourselves, is like, man, what would I be doing if I treated today like a $10 million day? What would I be doing? What was the other guy say? You inside on, I don't want to live my life on a computer. You know, like, you're on your computer, keeping it up, making sure it's friendly, and it's just a plastic device with glass, and you're holding it like it's your firstborn child instead of holding your firstborn child. So that's something I didn't get to do. I didn't get to hold my firstborn child, you know, and I'm ashamed of it. It's one of those things that I could have owned up and done and do everything I can in my life. Thank you. You know, to be what I want to be, I put some effort into it. It ain't some menu that I get to select through and say, I want the extra croutons to be crispy, whatever. No, dude, there's no selection here. You kind of get the hands that are dealt to you. I was watching some poker too, and the strategy of trying to outplay the other person or outplay yourself, and what kind of tricks do I play on myself to get myself to do certain things. You're already doing it. You're already playing poker every day. You got to ante up. That's a fucking cool Celica. Every day you got to ante up and participate, and your effort depends on it. Like, are you fucking around, hanging out with your friends, drinking the beers? Now you got 3 beers in you, and you can't count cards, and you're all high-fiving each other. Dana White doesn't play blackjack like that. He said, I come to win. I'm taking these motherfuckers for millions, bro. I'm coming in there, I'm playing 2 hands, I'm doubling up to 150 grand, and I'm walking right the fuck out. You know, that kind of money making and focus comes from somebody that's trying a lot harder than somebody that's not putting any effort at all. And that's all it is. I mean, you might not be sourcing it all the way, right? All the such things, right? But you can pick up some of the trash. You can get some of the rough ends, the edge. You can catch some of the stuff just by getting our asses up, exercising, setting that tone in our vibe and our voices, and making it happen. So, you know, it rejuvenates me to know that there's people out there that are reflecting my same energy, and there are people that are, and you kind of want to surround yourself with those kind of people too. You want to be around people that, man, this smells danky. Whew. That can keep that vibe. Now, they were saying something about weed killing motivation and making us feel like we're creative, and that when you smoke weed, you're really just wasting time in between time, and it's such a time waster. For me, it's part of my calm routine, right? This is how I just keep it calm. Is it a crutch? Maybe so, but I didn't call it Saints Addiction for no reason. 3D Weed Out shirts. Order below. I'm not at 10,000 subscribers yet, so I can't sell my merch self. My Etsy only gets 1 view per week. And I don't know, I keep hustling. I got a lot of new designs coming out. But I can't wait to just film it all and show people, flex on them with my design skills. It's me flexing. I want to flex my design skills, show people how creative I am. That's bravery. It's not going to just happen. Gotta step up. I know I can step up more in my exercise game. I'm sure you can too. You know, the eating right, all that stuff is pretty much the fundamentals, but it's our mentals that matter the most. It's like, are we approaching this thing with an action Jackson type mindset where it's like, I'm going to put some effort behind it? More than excuses. Over here at Mostly Saints, we got effort over excuses, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to give yourself an excuse. You're going to give yourself a way out of reasons why you didn't do it again, holding your pattern, and then there's no action. Then there's just ripe for all sorts of regret. And I know I use a lot of excuses and reasons, and some of them are pretty real, you know, or as real as I make them in my mind, you know. I'm the one giving myself the jail sentence. I'm the one giving myself the prison. It's like living that in your life, you know, like, how long am I going to bitch whip myself? How long am I going to beat myself over depression before I give myself action? How long am I willing to grind out, or how long is it going to take before I flip myself into an action-minded person? That's a really tough thing to ask yourself, because it means you move. You move yourself from what's been occupying your brain to what you want it to think now. So when people say you are what you think, it's because you started thinking differently. You stop obsessing about the things that aren't working. Minus, you start adding gratitude, right? Because when you're not working things and complaining about things, you're void of gratitude and abundance. You start minusing or missing the elements of the next magic trick, right? And that's what we all need. We need a little bit of magic to kind of get us motivated, you know what I mean? A little motivation, or some magic mushrooms or something to get us gyrated, and remembering that we are an alive being, right? All of us, we're all breathing this beautiful thing called air. We need it. Most of us got water, clean, you're welcome. And then we get this chance to be free to choose our own destiny. Yet when we're presented with this freedom, we'll placate ourselves. We'll go, yeah, but I'll just spend today indoors. You know, I'm going to put the screen on my eyes before the... Like, what the fuck? All those are little pieces, but they add up. And they add up to our experience. And much like the guy was rapping, he's like, you spend your audience out, and I'm like, why am I living my life on a computer? Same fucking corner, always cutting it. Initiate that part of my life where I become a world traveler again. I stopped living in fear. You know, over here in America, they got me fearing it's going away. Mental prison I put myself in. I'm literally just like the movie. Every day, little, 4 years, 5 years, but isn't it worth chipping away? I don't know why it keeps going out alive, but isn't it worth chipping away just to have your mind free? And I mean free to move about the country, free to move around the world, free of mental slavery, free of negativity, free of all the limits, and just go. The first time when you're making a thought, oh man, how dope is that to speak to people with the bass in your voice like you mean it, as you said it, as you meant it. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about bringing return of the Mac, you know what I'm saying? But return of your best higher form, you know? We're going to be saints about it. We're going to have to fucking rise. We're going to have to shine. And we're going to have to get higher. straight the fuck up. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna take you higher, you know, and I want to just take it higher. And that was my whole thing, is to elevate myself and make myself do things that I didn't think I would possible. I didn't think that I was even capable of, but that I challenged the fear and the excuse of like, people might judge me. Gotta move forward. They don't understand it. Gotta move forward. I'm broke. Gotta move forward. You don't have enough money. Gotta move forward. How about I stop using my excuses? Just saying. How about I stop giving myself excuses and go, well, you do have a heat press. You built this thing for so goddamn long. Might as well print out shirt designs. Might as well let people know you're still doing shirts. It's a great way to make income. You're making great income, or not great, but it could be better, a lot better, if you wanted to work more days at the convention centers. Are you burnt out at the convention centers? I am. Maybe it's time to get a business partner. Maybe it's time to split the revenues. Time to split the shares. Time to split up the time that you've been doing all the other crimes. So it's just one of those things that I've been working desperate on to make available, and, you know, do myself the availability of opportunity and abundance, and be able to manifest that stuff. And more than manifest it, but manifest it, bro. I fest it, bro. I'm gonna fest tomorrow so hard. I'm gonna realize this thing that I fested. I created my own feast. I'm a man and I created a feast. That's what I'm saying. Manifest that shit. Put some manpower into it. I was looking at the water and the food and all the heavy stuff, and I'm like, yeah, get yourself some man muscle, man. Get some people around you where you don't have to fucking do all the heavy lifting by yourself. This isn't an alone journey. My first thing was to recruit other people to help me to make the dream come real. Simple put as that. Help me get this thing to become a reality. And that's what I end up doing. I end up doing things on my own accord. I end up doing things that, yeah, straight up. I just wanted to be my own boss. And no man could call me, I wasn't calling no other man my boss. You know, I'm my own boss, and I mean that as a man, as a human being with freedoms and destinations and thoughts and free will, and to live my life on my own terms, which I'm, for the most part, the last 10 years I've done. The goal was to start my own business and be able to buy lunch pretty much wherever I want to eat, and every day I get to eat what I want to eat, pretty much within reason, and to be able to do that on the level that I'm doing it around the world was part of the requirements, the amount of work that I was going to put in. I was going to require something for it. So that's where your wish list starts. You go, hey, I want something. I'm willing to do this for it. People just go, I want. They don't say, I will. They just say, I want. Okay, will you do the work for it? It's a huge question. It's like, are you willing to do the work for it? And you can want all you want, but are you willing to work for it? And that's a lot of people, they bow out real quick, and, you know, they feel the 7 a.m.s and they feel the price of it. And it's more than just dollars, and it's more than just time. It's the pain of earning it. It's the pain of growth and experience and risk and all the other things that come with challenging yourself and moving past your own comfort zones. That's where I'm at with this. I'm in this thing, moving past my own comfort zone, risking it for the biscuit, willing to fucking put my life on the line, my business on the line, my personality, my personal on the line, whatever this is. So, you know, wave me, train me, version of myself so I can get the best outcome. So that if that regards to negotiations, like my homie said, the art of negotiations, let's learn about that. It has to do with, you know, the way that I respond to people and having patience. Let's work on that. You know, you want to be kind as a human being. It's another thing to work on. It's more things to work on than just how much things and money and what can I earn. You know, it's like I got to get my people skills up, because everything includes people. Have I able to earn other income? Yeah, sure. I proved it. I can do it. I'm living off of it. You know, I can count on it. But the other part is, you know, I want it to be tighter, you know, more, further, other countries, the full vision that I had and the price of that I'm still willing to pay. So, you know, I don't know what your dreams are. Everybody's got to have one and chase after it so hard that it's like a shiny beacon in the sky. You just got to try to run for it all the time. That's what it feels like to me, and it warms me when I work for it. So it's like it doesn't become work. That becomes a painless task that you enjoy. You know, you enjoy the proof. So that's what it's all about. I don't want you to hate the process. I want you to be able to enjoy the process, and that way you're doing the right work. So that's on my heart from the start. Remember, you say, holler at me, $50 in the DMs, or just comment below. And yeah, let's keep this conversation going. Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side. Cheekon. That means goodbye, Mount Ever and finish. I'll see you on the other side as soon as you break on free, bro. As soon as you choose to. How about that? See you.